Hey there, Leo. Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy my readings, please be sure to like and subscribe, as well as hit the bell, and then you'll be able to get my notifications for when my videos come out every week. Alright, so if this reading resonates with you, please leave me a comment and let me know. And also, if you'd like to become a patron, I am giving away this free tarot deck, the Tarot Illuminati, to anyone who would like to become a patron. Alright, so let's take a quick, we're going to pull the supernatural cards, and then we're going to pull some love cards, and we'll see where that leads us. Alright, and I also just worked on some Grimm cards, so we might pull a Grimm card at the end just for the fun of it. Now, these are kind of dark Grimm cards, though. They're based on the original Grimm fairy tales, which are so sad. Alright, let's cut this deck and get it going. Alright, so for your first card, we've got Castiel, which is the Ten of Bones, alright, which is the Ten of Wands, and it's reversed, which is a Leo card. So this is a fire sign, and this may actually be referring to you, Leo. So let's go ahead and, so this might be the answer to your question. So go ahead and think about your question and focus on that. And for your second card, we've got the Emperor Reversed, which is factors affecting your situation. We've got another Bones card, which is straight up Leo, and that's the Four of Bones. And then for your factors affecting the situation, you may have a young man who is somewhat, you know, kind of young and not really that knowledgeable, but, you know, he's learning how to overcome. Ooh, we've got the Moon card again. Seems like we had him not too long ago. So I feel like you might have a manipulator in your life. Okay, so watch out for that. And let's go ahead and pull some lover cards, so we can be thinking about that while we're reading the definitions of these cards. So this is an authoritarian type card right here. I'm not sure exactly what it means reversed, but we're about to find out. Alright, so for your Castiel card, the this one probably represents you. The lover card that goes with it is real love, true love, fantasy, romance, happiness, and wealthy fare. For the Emperor, the very authoritarian type card, we have the Empress. Alright, so we got the Emperor and the Empress. Somebody who's very stable, radiant, and instinctive. Goes with the authoritarian lover. So this could be your lover, or it could be representing someone who's an authority figure in your life. And then next to the Four of Bones, we've got the Goddess card, which is an otherworldly, very mystical person, serene, sultry, a truth seeker. And for your Page of Blades, blades are representing swords, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And the Page of Blades is representing, in your Lover's card, a toxic pattern. Rewards for hate, such as makeup sex, or a catalyst for hate, stonewalling, trauma bonded, or abandonment issues. Ooh, that's a stacked one. Alright, and then the Moon card is your final outcome. This is like a master manipulator, someone who may be a trickster, definitely a trickster. So this trickster is, with your Lover's card, we've got gender roles reversed. Okay. This one has to do with appreciation. Alright, so you may be craving some type of appreciation in your love life. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at this Castiel card. You know, Castiel is my favorite angel from Supernatural. And he is definitely a friend. The Ten of Bones. Alright, so the Ten of Bones is like carrying too many burdens. Alright, in the typical tarot deck, the Ten of Bones is a man carrying too many burdens. And it's reversed, so hopefully that means it's coming off. Some of this extra weight is coming off. When reversed, the weight of responsibility represented by the upright Ten of Bones has been lifted. You can finally breathe a little bit easier with less stress in your life. Often, when this tarot card comes forward in a reading, it's a sign that relief is soon to come. If you're feeling exhausted, know that the end of your troubles is near. And this card definitely represents your sign, Leo. And it has to do with love, wealth, romance, fantasy, and happiness. Alright, and it's got the sign of the Illuminati right there on the front, which is actually the sign of God. So you've got real agape love, and it may have been a heavy burden to carry for a long time, but that's changing. That's all about to change for you. And then we've got the Emperor card. So let's take a look at the Emperor. This is one of the major arcana cards. Okay, so the Emperor is the ultimate authoritarian, a strong patriarch figure, much like the master hunter John Winchester. Alright, but it's reversed, so it says you're feeling maxed out, burdened by responsibilities. It's time to reevaluate your routines, analyze the way that you spend your energy, and restructure the parts of your life that you feel are overwhelming. Alright, so whenever I find myself in this situation, I oftentimes look into ways that I can make money without working. It's called residual income. So this can happen through writing a book, investing in stocks, or investing in your future, doing anything that is going to pay you monthly, or some way that you can make money without having to work yourself to death. Alright, so make sure that you're investing in yourself so that whenever you do finally reach that pot of gold status, you're not still working yourself to death. Alright, because that's the big thing, is everybody wants their cake and they want to eat it too. And it's hard to do that whenever you're bound to a heavy burden of work, monotonous. Okay, so, and this card goes with the Empress. So I feel like the Emperor and the Empress are going to make it. Alright, and this burdens, they're going to come off of you. You got to work together now. And what this means to me is making sure that you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Alright, so the next card is the Four of Bones. And it's got the Goddess card right next to it. The Mystic, Sultry, Serene. So, bones, like I said, are associated with wands. This could be you, Leo, that we're talking about here. Especially being that it's the goddess card. And let's see, Leo, what kind of Four of Bones says. Okay, please be sure to give me some likes and subscribes and shares. Alrighty. So, for this particular card, it is reversed. So, it says, when reversed, the Four of Bones tarot card suggests disharmony and a breakdown in communications. Now, this is in the past, okay? So you may have been experiencing this breakdown of communications in your home life or amongst those in your inner circle. So if it's not your lover that you're feeling this breakdown with communication, it could be your close friends or your family. There's a lot of tension and unrest. Work on stabilizing your foundation by hearing others out, respecting others' needs, and being open to compromise. Alright, and this is like the truth seeker card, okay? So this may be someone who is, fixated on something that, that they're trying to accomplish. The Page of Blades is factors affecting your situation, and blades are associated with swords, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Page of Blades. Okay, so this has to do with toxic patterns, rewarding hate, such as like makeup sex or a catalyst to hate, stonewalling, trauma-bonded relationships, and abandonment issues. Alright, so this particular card is associated with the Page of Blades represents an intelligent but inexperienced young person. Kevin Tran finds himself in over his head, and he becomes suddenly embroiled in his supernatural world as a prophet of God. The Page of Blades advises you to recognize both your talents and your skills while acknowledging when you need help or guidance. Alright? So I don't think that this is you that it's speaking of, but definitely someone who is got some kind of toxic patterns in their life. Alright? So this is someone that's in your direct circle. Okay? This is someone that's affecting your situation. And it doesn't have to be a man. Just because it is showing up a man on the picture doesn't necessarily mean that it's a man. It could be anyone who is a Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Alright, and then we've got the Moon card. Again, Leo. I remember this happened not too long ago. So you've got someone trying to trick you, alright? Someone trying to manipulate you. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a man just because there's a man on the front of the card. It could definitely be a woman. But, the Moon card is very, very close to the end. So this is someone who has quite a bit of experience. Gabriel is the ultimate trickster, a master of illusion. The Moon represents deception, hidden agendas, and the idea of nothing is ever what it seems. Alright, the Moon indicates that there is more going on than meets the eye. things aren't what they seem to be at first glance. So make sure that you're not jumping to any kind of conclusions based on your first, assumptions, okay? It says, analyze situations carefully to figure out what's really going on. The Moon Tarot card suggests that you trust your intuition and investigate any hunches or gut feelings that you may have. All right, and the Lover's card that goes with this is Gender Roles Reversed, Appreciation. So someone might be, someone that doesn't really appreciate what you're doing. This could be someone in your life who takes you for granted. All right, so just watch out for that, Leo. Let me see what sign the Moon card is associated with. I know I looked this up last week. The Moon card is associated with what zodiac sign?
Pisces. According to less than be greater than tarot/be greater than.com. A look at the symbolism of Pisces tarot card, the Moon. The zodiac sign of Pisces is ruled by the Moon card.
Alright, so you've got a Pisces, and they might be not really appreciating you, or not appreciating something, that especially all the hard work that the gender roles have to do with. Okay, so let's pull a Narcissist card, and we're only going to do one Narcissist card tonight because this is a pretty heavy reading already. The Emperor could definitely be a father figure, and the Empress could be a mother figure. Alright, especially since I'm getting this overwhelming feeling that this Goddess card is representing you. Mainly because it's a bones, so it's wands, so it's the sign that is associated with Leo. Alright, so let's take a look here, and we're going to pull this card, and it's going to go right down on top of the Ten of Bones, which is someone who is carrying burdens of too many. And it's real love, it's true love, fantasy, happiness, wealth. Why do we self-sabotage? If you're about to get the raise or the pay raise that you want and you quit your job, making excuses not to go to the gym, parents ignored me. Okay, so this has to do with someone who is having a hard time overcoming something that's happened to them as a child. The parent ignores me is reasonable. So whenever you have a parent that treats you poorly, it makes you feel less of a person. So and typically children become self-loathing, and especially if their parent treats them with abuse, or they feel like it's acceptable because that's all they know. All right, and this there's some exercises that you can do to help overcome this. All right, and it says making excuses, stifling your success, list your codes and list your beliefs. Your negatives on the right, put your negatives. On the left, put your positives, but leave enough room for this third area over here. And answer the question, why do I deserve better? Conflict internal. Alright, and this will help you to overcome anything that's slowing you down, anything that is making you feel loved, or how do I stop self-sabotaging? Listen to Gemini Cricket. Listen to yourself, okay? Don't ignore yourself. Alright, so thank you so much, Leo. I hope this reading resonates with you. I feel like it's almost a repeat of the same reading that I got last week, or maybe it was the week before. So, I feel like you're going through something that is definitely bogging you down. Just you're carrying all these swords. You're carrying all this weight on you. Let's pull one of these cards for a lesson, alright? So, especially since you got this trickster in your life, doesn't appreciate you. ring around the Rosie, pocket full of posies. If you caught the Black Death, you smelled like death, and you would put smelly good flowers in your pockets, and then unfortunately it would come ashes to ashes. So this is a very realistic, considering we're living in the pandemic right now. So back in the day, this is talking about the plague, the Black Death. All right, so don't take this pandemic with a grain of salt. Take it seriously. Watch out for yourself, especially if you're putting yourself on the front line. All right, if you're in customer service or you're in the health industry, you are on the front line of this pandemic. And don't forget that millions of people died before during the bubonic plague. All right, let's do one more. Pied Piper. Pied Piper is a story that is cooked up because many children were going missing, and the Pied Piper agreed with the mayor to get rid of the rat population, the rat infestation. So he was playing his pipe, and he led the rats off into, their death, and the piper then leads the children away to be part of the crusade after he realizes that, the mayor had talked him into this. Alright, so that's another strange one. Alright, so a lot of these stories are based on some really, really, really strange truths from the past. Alright, we got one jump out. Puss in Boots wants to make his master rich. Ooh, this one's really messed up too. And the cat kills the rabbits, and one day the cat brings home, steals a man's clothes who's bathing in the river, and takes it to the king, the master. And the king gives his daughter away in marriage based on these lies that that he talked the people of the town into telling the king that this was true. So he basically bribed the townspeople to get a hand in marriage. Alright, so basically you just never know who you're dealing with, and especially if you might have a trickster in your life, please be careful. And alright, so that was kind of strange reading. Let's do some manifestation cards for positive reading. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about all this heavy burdens? What are we going to do about this manipulations, toxic patterns, and overwhelming, heavy, authoritarian self-sabotage? Oof, okay. Quartz crystals will help to clear your chakras. Twin flames. Alright, watch out for twin flames. Alright. Before sleep, manifest. Become what you want. Alright, so praying is very much so a manifestation of what you want. You can manifest what you want. When you're praying, the longer you pray, your body starts to slow down as you're breathing. Your brain starts to become on the same level with your heart. And it's very similar to ancient drums. Whenever they're, the Indian tribes would beat on the drums, it actually slows down your vibrations, and it puts you into a sleep mode while you're still waking. So this allows you to become one with your shadow self. So anything that you've put on the back burner, in the back of your mind, is going to be readily available for you if you allow it. Alright, so my phone's about to die. It's doing some weird stuff. It's turning me into a vampire. But anywho, this type of, whenever you start to go into dreamland, it changes your heart rate starts changing, slowing your brain waves down, and then you're more susceptible to change at this point. So whatever you're thinking before you go to sleep, make sure you're praying for positive things, and definitely not, like a lot of people pray for things that plague them, but you really want to think about positive things before you go to sleep. So try to pray about positive things, and of course we're going to pray for, I would put those prayers that are a little bit more negative, like in the forefront, and then closer to the end, whenever you're praying, make sure that you bring in those positive thoughts, and also it will help to brainwash yourself into thinking more positive, and it will wake you up in a positive mood. Alright, so I hope that this reading resonates with you. I hope it helps, and if you are indeed dealing with this type of a trickster or toxic patterns, just be careful who you're dealing with. Be careful not to self-sabotage. If this is you, if you feel like this is you that's self-sabotaging, then, you might try to start keeping a diary or something in order to overcome these types of negative emotions. Alright, Leo, thank you so much for all the likes, comments, subscribes, and shares. Also, be sure to come back next week and hit the bell button for notifications for uploads. Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful week, and come back and see me.